my research is about trust. And so, of course, when there is a new system emerging and created, I'm going to look at is it trustworthy, how could you hack it, or how could you improve its trustworthiness.
So the first question is, please let us know who you are and how you came to be this IP expert.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working on decentralized trust since 2000. I started my research at Trinity College Dublin. I did my PhD there on this topic. Then after I joined University of Geneva, where I teach online reputation as part of the Media Lab of the Faculty of Social Sciences, and as well as directing the certificate of advanced studies on blockchain technology, which is also a technical trust mechanism.
Ah, perfect. So you have been working on digital trust since the early 2000s. That's quite a long time. What has changed the most in how trust is built online?
So online, for the last 20 years, it's gotten worse. Because the technology hasn't changed much from a security point of view, and the hackers have know better how to attack those systems where security has not been enough thought and invested in. So now there are more attacks and security is less as before, almost as before. But in the last years, we have seen coming up stronger mechanisms, maybe linked to chips or in identity cards, where you could really prove your real identity as a human, a citizen of a country online. And it's going to help securing more the internet. But so far now, I mean, for the last 20 years, not much has been done because not security has not been taken into consideration as a strategic asset. Even countries have not even invested in digital technologies. Some countries have, like the USA or China, but Europe, for example, or even Switzerland, they are talking about digital sovereignty, but they have invested nothing in the core technologies, and so it's very weak now.
Okay, so the focus has been to digitalize and to become more modern, but not thinking about the risk of that digitalization of being more exposed to the risk online.
Yes, and we see different risks because there are like independent hackers, but also like aggressive countries now.
Okay.
And so the internet is not always a playground where we only play.
Everyone is there,
yes.
the good and the bad.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. So you have helped create one of the first academic programs on blockchain and decentralized apps in Geneva. Why is education a critical pillar in shaping trustworthy tech?
This is very important because otherwise you seem to know how to use those systems because they are they are user friendly, but you don't know the underlying risks. And so it's important for that in each country a good number of people know the details and know how to protect their citizens.
So education is key in this sense.
Yes, if you don't know the details, I mean, you rely on other countries who would provide you, which will provide you some like technologies that they say are secure, but you don't know. You need to do peer review and also internal peer review
to verify yourself, just in case.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. So, and also to make sure that you learned what the technology behind it and you understand what exactly it's about in order to be able to regulate or to use it properly.
Yes, especially when you have hackers or aggressive countries, who provide some technologies.
Yeah, makes sense. So from CBDCs to NFTs, what's the one sample where decentralization improved or challenged public trust?
This is very broad because CBDC are central bank digital currencies, which means that the central bank would create, for example, in Switzerland, a digital franc, or in the US, a digital dollar. It's another way of paying. Now we have coins, we have banknotes. In some countries, we have check. Then you can pay also with application, like online payment. You have cryptocurrencies. And here, the idea would be that you have a money which is also provided with another means as a digital currency, but it would be like a real dollar or a real Swiss franc. There are many different ways to do it. Usually, we're talking about cryptocurrencies, like an equivalent of, it would not Bitcoin, but a dollar that would be created as a cryptocurrency by the Fed or in Switzerland, the Swiss National Bank. But it's not the only way to do it, because on the blockchain, cryptocurrencies are also on the blockchain and they are tracked. And from a privacy point of view, it's not so good. So there are other ways to do it. So CBDC are centralized because they are provided by a central bank of a country. So it's very different than NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, which are usually used to, you in your crypto hardware wallet or crypto software wallet, you can have cryptocurrencies, but also those NFTs, non-fungible tokens, that can be linked to a certificate of ownership of a piece of art or of something in the real world, which is supposed to be like real ownership.
Okay.
What piece which is missing in current NFTs is that, okay, on the blockchain, this is secure. This is really in your, when it's written in the blockchain and you own this NFT in your crypto wallet. Yes, you have it and it's protected by MATs, by cryptography on the blockchain in your crypto wallet. But lots of judges or laws in different countries, they don't know about blockchain. So it's very difficult to explain to them, yes, this is my ownership because this is my crypto wallet. So it's difficult to prove really that you own it really in the real world. So then we have worked with the International Telecommunication Union for a new standard called Sign NFTs, meaning that with the NFT, it's inside your crypto wallet, but also you have a digital signature, which is of very high strength, qualified electronic signature. And then when you open this NFT, you have also a link, for example, for a PDF. And this PDF will be signed digitally by, for example, the artist. And it's equivalent legally as the handwritten signature by law in Switzerland or Europe. And I think there are some, it will be also recognized in other jurisdictions. So, yes, I mean, so then you see from CBDC, which is centralized, to NFTs, that a piece of art can be created by any artist in the world. You have a big difference because it's centralized, and NFTs are more in a decentralized way because anybody can create NFT. A central bank currency can only be created by a central bank, right? And so the last point of your question was like?
So it's what is the challenge or the improvement on public trust? From what you're saying, the one with the extra proof for the NFT, that's great for trust because then you will have an authority that is confirming the validity of this of the art or the work behind the NFT. And what the other one about the one that is managed by the banks, you have the banks. People usually trust banks in the majority. What challenges do you see in this kind of in this kind of development? Because if the coin is gonna get all digitalized, it can get as well. It can get lost, or it can get breaking down, or someone can attack that. You can lose everything because it's only digital. So in this case, how do you build trust on that?
Yes, and also what I understand is that also from the public point of view, then all of this is very new. And so there's a big question in the population or the citizen trusting these new cryptocurrencies. So from a CBDC point of view, there is for the normal citizens who try to trust in this system, if it's provided by the central bank, then already from a legal point of view, there is no trust issue because this is a legal tender.
They are regulated entities.
So yeah, you know, this is a governmental organization. And so then from this point of view, there is less, the trust question is less important because this is provided by by law, an institution that says this is if you have such CBDC in your crypto wallet, then you own this this money, and this is an official money. So here there is less risk from NFTs. Then you also have this education for normal people. You know, in Switzerland or in developed countries, you have between 10 to 15% of the population who have already bought some cryptocurrencies. But sometimes via intermediaries, no, you don't need your own crypto wallet. You can buy it from some banks. For example, in Geneva, you have Arab Bank Switzerland, for example. You have Swissquote. And so even some of these people don't understand really, don't have their own crypto wallet. So you have a lot of education to do for them to really be used to use this new technology. As the web, you know, it took like 20 years, for example, before there was a large-scale adoption. And then also for the crypto wallets, you need other components at the user interface level that will, as you said, help not to lose the keys for the crypto wallets, to recover it. And for the next 5 years, there are some different working groups working on bringing easier user interface for cryptocurrencies and NFTs. And already, as I said, NFTs, they miss already an official digital signature of the artist, or, you know, like the company that would sell let's say a flat or a house ownership certificate. You need to add some qualified electronic signatures. But the good thing is that now in Europe and Switzerland, you have this is not part of blockchain, but this is another part, technological part. Most national IDs will have chips that will be certified by a number of trusted parties. In Switzerland, for example, for the arts, Swisscom is one of these trusted third parties. As I said at the beginning, now we are moving into maybe an era where it's a bit easier to be sure who is talking in front of you, even if you have all these AIs that could impersonate the face, the image, and so on. They will not be able to impersonate the mats and the signatures. So yeah, at the moment, even with AI, it's even more difficult because hackers are building AI of people with a voice, the face,
Yeah.
all the information which are known about us.
Mhm.
This interview, for example, already an AI could be recreated
Mhm.
and there, just but what we said could already speak like us.
Yes.
And fake videos could be made by us just thanks to this like the 10 minutes that we have spoken. But then the video that would be generated would not be signed, and in the future you will be able to sign even official videos of you with your IDs and strong mats. So it will be possible to differentiate an official video or audio of you or one which is created by someone else.
Oh, that's great. The last season of my podcast that I generated completely with AI. So I made the script and then I cloned my own voice and make myself do the entire episode without even speaking.
Okay.
So it was quite fun, but also scary at the same time. My husband couldn't tell the difference between when it was me and when it was the AI, but my mom could. Because I think moms, they have a better understanding. And this is something that is fascinating, but I love the idea that you have this extra layer of protection. Like if in the case someone clones your voice or your likeness, you will be able to identify it as something that is not authorized by you.
Yes,
And you can still
will
do
not
it
be
if you
signed
want to.
digitally. And the nice thing is that we are now, even like for, you see NFTs, sign NFTs, or when you usually go to a notary now, you sign on digitally, but this is an outcome of some European projects, because I participated to many European projects as part of University of Geneva, leading this kind of project. And some, Europe has not been very good at creating unicorns
So far.
for different aspects, but at least for all those projects, like hundreds of millions that worked on this ID and signature technology, now is being embedded in many countries, even at the notary. And these qualified electronic signatures actually are an outcome of some of these early projects I made in 15 years ago, or even like 20 years ago. So from an identity point of view, this is good because it's also embedded into laws as well.
Yeah.
And even Switzerland is following because, it's
The
still,
relationship with them. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, that's amazing. I really like that idea, and I think it's a good answer of every technology that we're seeing popping up, and how easy it is to clone people, and how easy also to be deceived by that. Do you think it's the real person behind it, but it's actually AI?
Yeah.
So you work with artists, cities, and technologists. When designing system for trust, how do you balance technical verification with human intuition?
Alors, so human intuition is a bit dangerous from a trust point of view, because all my work is interdisciplinary work. So my PhD was, of course, having computational models, but based on the human notion of trust from social science.
Okay.
So I read many articles on what was the notion of trust in different countries, different cultures. And from that, I built a computational trust system. Then, of course, you not only have trust research in social science, but also economics, psychology, and so on. I also integrated some medical aspects, because we did some brain computing research on what happened in your brain when someone trusts someone else.
Oh wow!
And if a system knows how to trick, what tends to make a human trusting someone else. So, for example, from a face point of view, if you have a very symmetrical face, you will have the human in front of you will have a tendency to trust you more than someone else who has not a symmetrical face.
Oh, great.
So, for example, even AI could create face which are very
Trustworthy.
perfectly symmetrical.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's dangerous intuition because the thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years of evolution that we have had in trying to, as human, trust someone else could be used against you.
Wow.
So intuition is not really like what I would recommend for trustworthy systems. So then, of course, technical trust is much more important. As we said, like, for example, your intuition would think that a video or someone that you see seems trustworthy, but maybe there would be no, as we said, signatures, qualified electronic signatures from as part of this video from a real human. And so then you would have an alarm saying, be careful.
This is not
It looks
real.
very trustworthy because actually your smart glasses could watch, would have watched the video or the person in front of you and say, okay, yes, it seems very trustworthy, but there is no digital signatures of a human behind it. So be very careful.
Well, that's scary. So, by the fact that there's a science behind how we react to the stimulus, so how we react to people talking, how their face look, and you can map that in the brain, then you can create also that with you can create an AI that emulates that. That's very interesting. So it's reality.
Interesting for hackers, yes.
Yeah, interesting and scary. So reality can really be manipulated against us,
yes,
against what the instinct that we normally would have.
And from a social point of view, usually trust is not perfect because I really use trust as a human notion of trust, not as a security, which is usually, in security, either you have the right password or the wrong one, or if it is signed correctly or wrongly. But even signatures, maybe in 10 years' time, when you have quantum computing, the current algorithms could be broken. So a signature is never sure. Yeah, it's sure for today, but maybe in 10 years' time, it will be broken, so it will be
you will need something else.
unsure. So, yeah, I mean, you really should be careful when you deal with information in front of you and without technical trust.
Okay, that's interesting and scary at the same time. So your work has touched everything from offline crypto transactions to augmented humans. What's the red thread connecting all of it?
Also, I mean, it's a bit opportunistic, but anyway, my research is about trust, and so of course, when there is a new system emerging and created, I'm going to look at is it trustworthy, how could you hack it, or how could you improve its trustworthiness. However, myself, because we are moving from the use of a smartphone, looking at screens, to, as you said, more a metaverse where you would access digital information anytime, anywhere, by sound, with like an AI on your smart glasses giving you some recommendations or some warnings, by what you see, but in augmented reality. And myself, I'm also into what we call like this biohacking from a personal point of view.
Okay.
So from augmented reality to augmented your human body, in 2010 we started these conferences called augmented human international conferences, where the focus was more on the human body than the augmented reality environment.
Oh, okay. To enhance our capabilities.
Yes, alors enhance your capabilities, or retrieve your capabilities, because we have some tracks which are about rehabilitation. Someone, for example, would lose a leg, and then with an exoskeleton and maybe some different techniques, sensors in the spine and so on, could regain a leg. So it's not only augmented. It's sometimes it's also just gaining back your abilities.
Yeah, of course, especially with people with this kind of disabilities that by accident or disease they lost a arm, a leg, or something else, and they can have another chance of regaining mobility, full mobility.
Mm-hmm. And so, yes, augmented humans, then I looked at some trust issues. But then it's very broad, because we not only have like digital systems, but also we look at also medicine, supplements, and so on. Anything that can improve or augment the human.
So it's really augmented from the broad sense. It's not only the little part of technology that we imagine.
Yeah,
okay. No, it's a great work when you can really change people's life for the best.
Yes, we try.
So moving to online reputation, which is something that have shifted very much, and I think it keeps changing. So it was once just about reviews, so 5 stars, 2 stars, and so forth, over people commentaries in certain blogs or online. Now, online reputation can shape your credit, your identity, also your future employment many times, and even innovation funding. Where is it going next? What do you think the online reputation is going to take us?
Yeah, I mean, so online reputation will be also in the real world, because, as I said, you are going to interact to have access to the digital information anytime, anywhere. So when you're going someone is going to be in front of you with your smart glasses, maybe your AI will tell you a number of things about this person. So the problem with the reputation will be not only accessed online, but also in augmented terms, like anytime.
So
in the physical world.
I will see you, and I will see.
When I will see you, yes, I will see all the good things you did.
Yeah,
because
you convicted.
it can be on the good side as well.
Yeah, of course.
You can do when someone Googles about you, it could be negative, but it could be also positive, and find good information if you made the effort, like with this blog, for example.
Thank you.
This vlog, or or interviews, as you call it. Then maybe for your next promotion, it will help you a lot to get, because you will be noticed.
Yeah.
So
in a good way.
In a good way, yes. So online reputation is, sometimes we see the bad sides, but of course the one which are most popular, then they gain from it. And here it will be in real time, anytime, anywhere. So it will not be online, it will be augmented, the reputation.
Okay.
Yeah, augmented, because you will retrieve anything that you which is public, or even which was not public but stolen and put on the dark web.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
So the hidden files that someone got from you.
Yes.
Okay, but it is good in a way of sense of security as well. For example, I think it is in a social setting, when you're meeting someone for the first time, or when you want to make sure that it's not a closeted killer or something like that. It's good to know their reputation.
Yeah, it's good to know, but yeah, I mean, you already have some tools like PMIs, which with only one image of you can retrieve all the public images of you online.
Okay.
And I can tell you, well, I mean, when you do something, you should be prepared, especially online, even if you use a digital tool. You must be prepared that someday it could be public.
Okay.
Yeah, and our generation, we are not didn't know about the risks that we were taking by or these generations. They don't, who are on TikTok, for example, when they publish something,
Yeah.
this is there forever. It's been collected already
Yeah.
and could be retrieved back. And even yes, I mean, even if you changed and you have some TikTok videos where you were maybe drunk at some
Doing
stage,
something.
or yes, this will be retrieved
Yeah.
and be seen by in 10 years time. You will have so you should be prepared that and even if you don't want to do it digitally, you have so many sensors everywhere that we should be prepared to accept that
We are
what we
being
have done.
watched. We are being watched the full time.
Yes, and so well, I mean, it's difficult sometimes to restrain yourself or to.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so then yeah, and then it will be very difficult to protect it. So
Yeah, it's interesting the way that there's a lot of belief that privacy itself is not going to be something that is the same sense that we have it right now. It's not going to exist anymore because we will be constantly being observed, either monitored by devices that are around us or by the ones that are outside in the public when we go outside. So there's never going to be a pure privacy moment in the near future.
yes, it will be possible to remain private, but it will be difficult, and this is difficult to remain private for a long time.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, interesting. So you explored the legal weight of digital signatures on NFTs. Do you believe we're moving towards enforceable trust in the metaverse?
Alors, trust, as a human notion of trust, is not enforceable. This maybe you could have a number between 0 and 100, but you see, you cannot force the whole world to trust you. So you see, from a world point of view, you cannot force everybody because the world is fortunately has still some independence.
Yeah.
So from a social, because trust is also linked to your social network. From the sociology point of view, we always talk about those social networks. They existed before, of course, when you know a number of you have your parents, your family, your friends, and then they know other people. You have this kind of social networks. They existed for a long time. Now with the social networks, you have maybe weaker links. Because, for example, on Instagram, so the new generation, we are doing some research at the moment at University of Geneva. Before, it was more like the brain is more made to really have a circle of 150 people. But it's not uncommon that the younger generations from 15 to 30 years old now, they have 500 for the men to 1,000 weak followers or contacts, on those Instagrams or social networks. So it's getting it's getting broader. And anyway, by the trust also involves recommendations from others. So when you build a trust mechanism, when reviews, for example, okay, you could have reviews which are not linked to you. But if your close friends also provide reviews, and sometimes at some stage they try to add this into TripAdvisor, for example, you could see you could connect with your Facebook account. You had a Facebook Connect, but now everybody is afraid of Facebook Connect. So, but at some stage it worked, and then you were seeing reviews of hotels of your friends.
Oh, okay.
And so somehow, of course, you tend to trust more the close friends than others. if you know that they are stable.
Yeah, because it makes more reference to the same person, so more confirmation
Yes.
about who the person is and how they behave.
So you see, you cannot enforce. You can try to influence, because you can try to build on your social networks. You can, as a hacker, you can try to become the friend, because if someone is very hard into getting into, you could try to select to analyze the social network of that person and try to see well-positioned profiles, which seems to be easy to trick into trusting you. And because then after you become a friend of this person, and someone, for example, on LinkedIn, is trying to, a hacker is trying to get connected into your LinkedIn social networks, professional networks, but it is social networks. He will try to be already a contact of someone and you can see, oh, this guy knows this person. And by that, if there is no double check, you would see a request from this other person, or contact of a professional contact, So it will facilitate. You might accept this request more easily than if there was no connection.
No one in common. So how did he get to me if we have no one in common?
Yes. Yeah. So and then you cannot have a social contract network of the whole world. That's the same. The farther you go, the less influence they have. But then you can try to influence. That's what I say in my courses. Online reputation at the Media Lab in University of Geneva. We have a online reputation monitoring course, and so it's not enforceable. It's you can influence it, but not enforce it.
Okay, interesting. I would like to know what it comes out if you put my name. A lot of things about IP, probably. So, with the rise of generative AI, which is in everyone's mind right now, what's your take on trust boundaries? How much should be revealed about what's AI made? So, if I generate something with AI, should in every moment I should always declare that I made it with AI, or can I just make some things and without saying that it was AI generated? And how would that affect the trust? So the people will expect that full transparency. I would like to know everything that is AI generated. I would like to know beforehand. Or it could be more flexible, like maybe not, I don't need to know everything, just things are sensitive or that can affect me.
The thing is, AI is going to be everywhere, anytime, anywhere. As I said, with audio or even like in other terms. So it can generate, but it can also recommend you things. So it will influence anything you decide. So to me, I mean, it's more like I'm more interested in knowing how much human work has been put into a product or art or activity than knowing that AI was used, because in 10 years' time, AI will have been used for everything almost.
Okay, it's going to be the norm.
So you would have a warning for
everything.
Constant everything. So, but then on the other hand, how much human work has been done for a specific product or task is more interesting to me. We are working on in Geneva as part of a project called House of Good AI. We have also a Good AI society when we do some meetups, and we discussed that it would be interesting not having a human-made label, because if you craft like for a wood, of course it could be 100% human made, but if it's a document or if it's anything else, you would use already a computer which is not human made, or some programs which are not human made, because some AI has already participated to it. So it would be more interesting to than to have a 100% human-made, to have a and what we call in House of Good AI, we have this way of allowing any people to have their own cryptocurrency, which one cryptocurrency of Jean Marc is equivalent to 1 hour of my time, and you would have your own token, which is 1 hour of your time that you have lived, and you could decide how much of those tokens are being spent for some activities. So, for example, in art, a painter could say, okay, this painting I made 4 hours, it took 4 hours of my time. But also an AI-generated video, even if you used AI generation, it took some of your time to spend. So you could say, okay, it took me 10 minutes to write the prompt and so on. And then instead of having a percentage, because a percentage is difficult to really compute or to have the right information, by counting the number of tokens that the product has been spent for this, then you would have an estimation of how many hours of work, of human work, has been spent to this product, or even like just paid as employment. Sometimes we are laughing because some people, they say that they have a bullshit job, meaning that they are not doing much for the company, but I mean, they are here and they are
They're
paid.
there.
So instead of having a minimum salary that to compensate that you don't have a job and you are only paid an amount, maybe an AI could pay you just to spend some of your time tokens for having like a number of human work paid, even if you did nothing, but at least maybe close to your social network, to give some value, other value, human value to the product that or service that they buy.
So you're thinking about this very long debate about the general minimum wage that people are talking about, that everyone should receive a minimum wage, even if they're not, especially those that are not able to work just yet, or the young people that still are not entered the workforce. Instead of having that just because of existing, then the idea would be, if you are putting yourself into work as a human hour for AI purposes, would be a good way to earn this,
an
this
AI
kind of
could
income.
choose, like some people, it's kind of hiring, but maybe doing nothing. It could be,
but more flexible.
Yeah, could be used to maybe market the product to their social circles.
Okay.
Because maybe the AI has spotted that this is a wealthy family, and so in this way, I mean, at least it's a bit clearer. I mean, also well-positioned people could get more, paid more, could be paid more for that.
Yeah, interesting. So there's a lot of ideas here to address that. There's the one about most things will be AI generated anyways in the near future. So the labeling should be for human input, not for AI.
You would have on the label like the number of hours that have been spent and proven. That this is secure on the House of Good AI. We have an attack-resistant algorithm. Also put on a public blockchain.
Yeah.
And I mean, cheating is we are making mechanisms against cheating.
Okay.
So it would really kind of it would be public information that any AI could retrieve on the blockchain.
Okay, interesting. And moving on to the next question. How do we prevent algorithm trust from becoming automated bias?
I don't know. as I said, my vision of trust is more like a human notion of trust, and it will tend to be biased based on your social network and history and so on. And trust is not global, as I said. Two different persons could have a very different trust value in something else due to their social network and past experience and recommendations and anything that happened. So yeah.
So there's always going to be a bias. This is
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's by design. It is biased.
Okay, because we are by design
Yes,
biased.
but on the other one, the bias will tend to be to make decisions or to be would be used and should the goal of this system, of this trust mechanism is to have the most the optimal risk reward. You know, so usually, I mean, the bias is ideally, if you have good trust metric mechanism, would be in your favor because it could be biased against you. So it would,
yeah. So it's something that is human nature to have different judgment and to have different approaches. Yeah.
If you take trust as a human notion of trust, it is biased. You will tend to protect more your family than
strangers
in many cultures, almost all cultures, because maybe the ones that were not protecting their families, they disappeared already due to evolution.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. If you could embed one trust metric into everyday platforms, what would it measure?
Alors, what it would measure? To me, yeah, I mean, it would be maybe based on one of my early work that I designed. It was called the Trusto, and really is the would be the human trust. If you have a human component in your system, would be the human trust of the current user. The trust of this human regarding the mechanism or system which is being evaluated. So it would be the human notion of trust.
Okay. What triggers us to trust?
I mean, as the component in this trust metric. Okay. It will be important to take into account.
Perfect. So now we have the fun part of the episode. I will ask you one. I will ask you to pick one of these two statements. So first one is verify synonyms or total transparency.
Verified, you mean like
that there's still a synonym. You don't know exactly who is behind, but it's verified that it's a person. But you don't know the name of the person.
Yes, this one.
Then the second one is total transparency.
Of course, okay. To me, at least verified synonyms.
So it's gonna be flower 123. You know, it's a verified user, but you don't know the name of the person. Okay. Okay, perfect. NFT has proof of ownership or traditional IP registration.
NFT has proof of ownership. Maybe sign NFTs.
One global language powered by translationships or keep every language alive.
I mean, keep every language alive, but as we said, AI will translate everything very easily. So
a combination.
Yeah, I mean, no, but it's very interesting, I think, to have a diversity into in the languages. But AI will translate, automatically what we hear. So, and then maybe it even like somehow it might protect maybe more like less spoken languages, because usually what happens is that you need to learn the national language to be able to work in the nation. But then if at that stage, when you speak your native language or like local language, dialect, it's automatically understood by the person in front. Then you have less, you need less to forget about your dialect and can keep it.
It will keep them alive,
Yes,
because then
maybe,
you will be
yes.
able to use it freely without having to go
Yes.
and learn the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe that's the other way. I mean, maybe it's positive.
I love that. I love that. So to use the AI as a tool to preserve the language. Yeah. So decentralized data governance or citizen-led data trust. So people will run the data, or a decentralized way to run the data.
Alors, the citizen would own their own data, or it would be centralized, yes? No, it should be, you should, quite, ideally, your privacy and your data, you should be able to own it and decide when you would have to share it. Yes, I'm more in this favor, for this than of course having a centralized monitoring system. Yes.
So citizen-led. Immutable records of everything or selective forgetfulness by design. Do you have the right to be forgotten or not?
But it depends. I mean, you mean after you die? Yes. But difficult to answer those questions.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. Because both of them have merit.
Yes. I think from a freedom point of view, once you are died, you should have the right to be forgotten, because the thing is that if you did malicious activities, and you are still alive and they are forgotten, well, I mean, you cannot be judged for what you did. But once you are dead, so I think yes, I mean, forgetting, choosing that your data is erased after you die, I think for me would be fine. Before, especially for criminal activities, of course,
No.
those should be kept.
Because there's public interest for them.
Yeah, then they were malicious.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So a combination of both. Transparent governance or invisible protocols that work.
Well, it depends for what also. So some system you like transparency, for example, maybe for governments. It would be nice to see exactly what you paid for.
How they reached to that decision, how much they invested in that.
Yeah, did it go to corruption or not? How much went to corruption? Okay. But yeah, so it depends on which system you're talking about. Okay. For the public goods, yes, I mean, the governance should be transparent. When it matters of private aspects, as I said, ideally privacy should remain, but is it possible?
Yeah, okay. AI trust ratings issued by peers or issued by regulators?
Could you repeat the first one? Sorry, I mean.
So AI trust ratings,
yes,
either issued by peers or issued by regulators. Do you trust more what the people think in general, the general public think, or what a regulator decides that if it's trustworthy or not?
Alors, but then why do you say AI trust? Because
so it's let's say it's an AI tool and they're ranked. The option is either ranked by the public or is ranked by the regulators, by the government. Who would you trust more to rank the AI tool?
You need a mix of both because in many aspects you have a competition between the attackers and the defenders, and your government has much money than yourself usually, so they can go into more details about some technical aspects. And again, I think we need both.
So everyone will have their own role on assessing the tool.
Yeah, you need to have your own thinking, of course. But then, as I said, sometimes you would not have enough to assess, what is in front of you. And so then, because it's your government, I mean, then you also have to trust your government, of course. But usually, I mean, in democracy, it should be in your favor. Then you need more. Bigger players to assess what is in front of you, to spend a lot of resources and knowledge, and somehow because it's your government, you tend to give it a bit more trust than if it was the competing government.
Okay, makes sense. Ecosystems where trust can be restored, or ones where it is lost, it is irreversible.
No, you can always try to recover trust, but this is difficult. You can lose trust. It takes a long time to build trust in the human world. It takes more time, I mean, to build trust than to lose it.
Yeah, it's true. You can lose it in 1 second.
Yeah.
You can upload one memory to the internet, private forever, or public for everyone.
Could you repeat again?
This is a bit sci-fi kind of thing. You can upload one memory to the internet.
One, you mean?
One memory. So one memory from your life to the internet. And you will upload it to be private or to be public.
No, but of course, I mean, the same depends on, it should be good that it's kept as a souvenir, memory. But then you should be able to choose if it's private or not. I mean, then again, as I said, now, as soon as you put something online, even on a supposedly secure service, when it's digitalized, it can become public. So, but ideally, you should, yes, for me, I'm for the human privacy, and so should be able to choose if it's private or not.
Okay, so for everyone to choose.
Yes.
Okay, now take the palette.
Okay.
And this is part of the game of true or futurist.
Okay.
So I will give you a statement and you choose that is true, that is meaning that is happening right now, or futuristic, that is going to happen in 100 years or it's never going to happen. Okay, ready?
Yes.
NFTs will be legally equivalent to a notarial signature. So like a notary.
Yeah, also then true.
True. Yeah. Augmented humans will carry dynamic trust layers visible through augmented reality. So what we were talking about.
Futuristic is what, like 5 years, 10 years, or more?
No, 50 years, more further in the future.
True.
True. Okay, because we were just talking about that before.
Well, in 10 years' time.
Okay, 10 years. Okay, interesting. Web3 platforms will have ethics protocol voted on by users.
Yeah, I think true.
True. Interoperable identity will become a requirement for cross-platform login. No more passwords and usernames.
Yes, I mean the interoperable access. This is true also. No
True.
problem. Yes, of course.
And that will be
Before
great.
50 years, of course.
Before 50 years, I would love to be able to forget all the usernames and passwords that I have to create every time.
But then you might lose some privacy. But,
yeah, that's true. But you can never. There's my husband says that he doesn't believe in progress because whenever you gain something, you lose something else. So there's always going to be a bargain. There's always going to be a bargain. So it's just interesting because it's true. It's that you don't have the hurdle of anymore of creating usernames and passwords, but then you have the issue that someone can take it and then you're locked out of everything. Okay. Conflict resolution will shift from legal courts to smart trust ecosystem.
I mean, the lawyers are very strong, even if AI is getting smarter. So I think I may think in future time we still need lawyers.
Okay, that's so futuristic.
So futuristic.
It's good. So we still need it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your browsing behavior will be used to compute trustworthiness by insurance companies.
Well, this is well, usually is it really important for them to know your trustworthiness? It's more like your health, no?
Well, if they from that they can get real information. Yes. If you're googling something that is, I mean, or you're behaving recklessly,
for sure they're already trying to do that. I mean, they will try. I mean, if they succeed, it's a bit difficult. But yeah, it's easier and easier. As I said, because we have more and more information online or digital.
Okay. AI will have to explain itself before making a decision about you.
Alors, in 10 years' time, I mean, it will be already here. I mean, they will help us to make decisions. So, I mean, it's true. But sometimes, I mean, you know, people, when they have to make security decisions, for example, as we have seen for cookies on website and so on, usually, I mean, they don't have time to read the licenses. They don't have the knowledge, for example, or they don't have the money to pay for some strong AIs or mechanisms to help them. And so because they don't have time, for some decisions, AI, I guess, people will clearly let AI deciding for them because they don't have time and they are sometimes maybe also lazy sometimes. And then, of course, there are risks. And then, maybe, but then explaining themselves, they will be able to do that in 10 years' time. Yes.
Okay. We'll need a license to use powerful AI tools like we do with cars.
With cars?
It's just, or with the medical license, for example, engineering certification. So AI tools that can really create something that could pose a harm to the public. Would that require also like a certification, a license, or an official authorization to use them?
Well, I think it's true because that's what they are trying to do now. But if AI continues to make progress like that, in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, we might have super intelligence. And so this will be a bit, we won't understand, what's going on. And so this will
it's going to be beyond us.
Yeah, I mean, now it's a case, but then it might disappear.
Okay. You receive personalized laws based on your online behavior.
Personalized laws?
That apply only to you.
Well, yeah, I'm not into legal
Like nanny state
background,
kind of thing.
but no, well, I guess law should be a bit like for a country size, or like it's a kind of a regulation for a community of people. So only for you, I don't see it. So I mean. Because it's not even now, not in the future. It's never.
So no,
it's
never. So
yeah, it's never like
flat.
this. Yeah.
Final question: you will take personality tests before being allowed to use certain platforms to see if you're mental stability, or you have the connectivity, or you have the development.
Well, I think this is already now.
Yeah.
I mean, but in the future, as I said, we won't use platforms. We will interact with the metaverse like automatically.
Like everyday life.
Yeah, anytime, anywhere. It's kind of what we call VSR, for example, was calling it ubiquitous computing. And we already worked on this, like a global computing, ubiquitous computing. He was talking of the disappearing computer. Yeah, and then everything we won't have platforms anymore.
So it's gonna be the everyday life.
Yes.
Okay. So true.
Yes.
True.
Well, true. Yeah.
Okay, so now the question to wrap the episode. As technology gets faster and more visible, what's one human truth you believe every trust system should protect?
Human truth. Well, this is very narrow, but let's say, I would say freedom.
Oh, yeah, I love that. It's the core of humanity. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jean Marc. It has been an amazing conversation.
Sometimes difficult, but
but
very well thought. Like you spent a lot of time to think about these concepts, and even yourself. I mean, you're very good. You did a very good brainstorming, so it was enjoyable. Yeah.
That's very sweet. Thank you so much. No, I had a great time. It was very, very interesting, scary, and in a good way. Because the future is something that is enticing, and we always want to know what is going to happen next. But it can be also scary if the right people are not making the right decisions. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much for reminding us that trust is a framework, and in a digital world, that framework must be designed, debated, and defended. Your work shows that what we trust shapes what we build, and if we want technologies that empower, not just impress, it starts with a reputation that is earned, not bought. Because the future isn't just decentralized, it is deeply personal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Intangiblia, the podcast of intangible law, plain talk about intellectual property. Did you like what we talked today? Please share with your network. Do you want to learn more about intellectual property? Subscribe now on your favorite podcast player. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Visit our website www.intangiblia.com. Copyright Leticia Caminero 2020. All rights reserved. This podcast is provided for information purposes only.